Yeah, now I am recording again. Good night, Fernanda. Good evening. No, good night. Good evening. All right. You know, we were listening to Francisco. He was talking about good manners. He was talking about respect on the at the table when we are at the table, no? To respect the orders. Okay, so Fernanda, please talk to us about good manners at the table. What do you think? What's your opinion about it?
Mm, well, I think good manners on the table, you have to be, I don't know, to have good manners with the person you have. Maybe you have visits or familiars in your home. You have to respect it and have good manners.
Yeah, for example, something that you have said not to do at the table, that your mommy or your daddy said, Fernanda, don't do that, please. Hello?
Put things on the table, maybe like toys.
Hello, hello, here I am. Here I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
You know what? I have a problem and I am losing the internet signal every each 5 minutes. I'm so sorry, but here I am. Here I am. Okay, so Fernanda, I'm so sorry. You were talking to us about good and bad manners, and that when somebody comes to your house, you are said, for example, I don't know, not to speak while you are eating, or
Yes.
aha. What else?
Or like, don't put toys on the table.
Ah, that's it. Not to put toys on the table.
Yes.
That's it. Excellent. Thank you. Yes, the correct form is not to put toys.
Okay,
Okay.
teacher.
Thank you, Fer. Excellent. Magda Camacho, welcome. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, teacher. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Okay, Magda, what do you think about good or bad manners?
Well, in my opinion, it's a very good point because the good manners, it's very, it's polite when you interchange different ideas with another people. The bad manners, it's, for me, it's an error because it's speak about the people bad attitude in general in your life.
That's it. That's pretty right. All right, thank you very much. Um, you said with a people, you mentioned something with a people. Remember that people is plural, so we can say a or you said with another people. Another is for one more. You could have said with some other people.
Okay, teacher.
All right, thank you very much. All right, now these are some points at the table. Magda Zambrano, what do you think about this? Good manners at the table.
I think it can be when you don't speak when you're at the table. Maybe don't speak when some people are speaking, or another. It can be don't say bad words, or you have to get a good behavior. I think.
Hey, that's it. Yeah, you know what? I remember that there are certain manners that in Mexico are considered like polite, but in some other countries there can be different. For example, in Mexico, it is not a good manner to burst when we have finished eating. But in some other countries, for example, in Arabia, it is a very good manner to burst after you eat, because in that way you are showing that the food you ate was delicious. It's a way to say thank you. So they are different manners, isn't it?
I have the opportunity to work with Pakistanis people, and they have a really experience because they eat when in the floor, and they have the custom, no, the tradition to eat with the hands and
Ah,
don't use a spoon or knives or something like this. And it's very difficult. And they hope you are the same way they make. And if you don't do it, they see you like strange people or something like this.
aha, yeah, that's it. So it just depends in the country you are or with the people you talk to. So good manners are not the same everywhere. That's it. All right. Thank you very much. So now let's talk about good manners on the net, on the social nets. For example, here I have the post. I upvote everyone who comments on my posts. I just appreciate people taking the time to reply. What is considered bad manners in a social net, for example, in Facebook? What's your opinion, Magda Camacho?
Hi, teacher. I don't familiarize about this language about the networking or the social nets, but I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You could say, I am not familiar with social nets.
Okay, okay, teacher.
All right. It's okay, Magda. Thank you very much. Magda Zambrano, what's your opinion?
Can you repeat again the question, please?
Oh, yes, of course. Eh, for you, what is good manners or bad manners in the social nets? For example, in Facebook.
Okay, I think it's good manner to don't write bad things about the picture or photos that the picture put up the net.
Mhm.
Don't say bad things about the people.
Uh-huh,
But this is bad because sometimes um, I see a lot of teenagers when they see a photo or a picture, a strange picture, they have different comments like bad things
mhm.
or smiling about the people, and I think this is bad manner.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you very much, Magda. Fernanda, what's your opinion about bad manners in a social net?
Well, I think it is well. I am posting about of like these pictures of you. I think that it's about it will be just if the person don't read it because it's bad. It will be well. It will be. Oh, I don't know, teacher. I have an idea.
It's okay. Don't worry, Fer. Thank you very much. Well, I consider you are a little baby, so maybe you don't have a Facebook account. So that's why you don't know. All right, don't worry. Francisco, what's your opinion about this?
I think that there's no such uh, as a behavior um, rules for social networks. It all depends on the circle you are moving, or you are desenvolviendo. How do you say?
Yeah, you are sharing.
Yeah, you are sharing with. So, for example, there are groups in Facebook where you can express all your opinions in your own way. So the people there are not are not feeling attacked. So there are others that are more um, closed. So the people there are more. The people is more. Um, the word is missing.
Um, well, maybe you are talking about that there are some people who can be offended easily
Yeah,
because of the expressions that they see or that they read.
yeah, and it is very common in social networks nowadays. So people get offended by practically any comment or any publication,
You
any
know what?
post.
Any post, that's it. You know what? Something that I have observed is that communication in the networks, in the social networks, is very interesting because when you are talking face to face to a person, you can see their expressions, you can listen perfectly the tone of their voices, the intonation they are using, and so you can know if they are angry, if they are just commenting. But when you are reading, it is such a difficult task because you can see the person, you can even listen to their voice, so you can interpret what they write in different ways. So it is complicated to know if a person was saying just a comment or were trying to attack you. So it's a little complex.
Yes, and because of that, I'm always trying to use the correct signs in my writing so the people can understand what I'm saying more easily.
That's it. You're right. I totally agree with you. Okay, so
I'm sorry, teacher.
yes.
I would like to say about this. It's depend about the country and the people when you interchange different ideas about the different topic in the social networks. I suppose that.
Mhm. Yeah, that's it. And something that I really agree with you also is it just depends on the social group or the friends that you have. For example, time ago, I was watching the posts and the comments of my granddaughter. And so I felt deeply offended because of the words they were using. And I told my granddaughter, no, 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 baby, pay attention. You shouldn't speak like that, and etc., etc. So I told her, look at my wall in Facebook. It's so different. But I realized then there that the people who is my friend in Facebook is very different. I don't have a lot of youngsters.
Okay.
So I can't ask the youngsters to speak as if they were academic. I can't also ask to my academic friends to post so funny things as if they were teenagers. So they are very different. It
Yes.
just depends on the age, on the even on the career, on the
Yes.
profession, on the country. Well, there are many things that influence the way we communicate.
Oh, yes. Well, I suppose that the very important factors said the expression, the voices and the intonation when you write a different sentence in the social networks. I suppose that.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. All right. Well, thanks to you. Here we are. Look at this. Fernanda, could you help us reading this post?
Yes, teacher. The personal quality of
Decency.
decency is one of honesty, good manners, and respect for other people.
Thank you very much. So, what's your opinion about this post? Fer, what do you think about this?
Mm, well, after that, teacher, I have a question. What's the mean decency?
Decency. Into Spanish, we say decencia. Good manners, to be polite.
Mm, okay, teacher. Well, I think it's that true because some of the people can be like that or someone not, but this boat is a little true, like 50% true and 50% false, I think.
What is the true part, Fer?
The personal quality of decency.
Yes. Okay, and what is the false part?
Well, the false part, it can be a little bit of the down and a little bit true.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Fer. So, Francisco, what do you think about this post?
I think it describes just correctly what decency means. So, for example, a person who is decent is that person who who behave um, just as he or she wants the other people to be with they, I think.
Somebody said that we should put on the other person's shoes. So treat the others as you like to be treated.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, Magda Camacho, what do you think about this?
Yes, yes, teacher. Well, in my personal opinion, said it's the honesty. It's the most important value in the life because this aspect speak about a different opinion and the different feels about in the life, and then the honesty it's most important value in the life.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Magda Zambrano, what's your opinion?
I think the honesty is very important for all the people. I think when you don't have this part in your life, maybe you don't have some values because it's important this. If you are honesty, you can to have the opportunity to respect another people, to respect yourself and respect a different custom or different traditions, something like this. But I think the quality of decency in this case, I think, don't have a quality of decency because depend of the thing of the people, you can decide what is a quality of decency, I think.
That's it. You can express many things, you can do many things. And as we said before, it just depends sometimes, depends on where you are and in the social circle that you are also. I think it is a little relative. Okay, well, here we have another post. It says, hey, I know you heard me the first time I said good morning. What do you think about it? Do you consider that it is necessary to answer when somebody tells you good morning, when somebody greets you, or to say, to greet people when you see them? Is it so important, so remarkable? What about you, Fernanda?
What teacher?
Do you think that it is necessary to greet people when you see them? To say, hey, good morning, everyone. Is it necessary?
Well, I think it is not necessary because if they aren't talking to you, it's not necessary.
All right, thank you. Okay, so Francisco, what's your opinion?
Maybe it's because I'm older than Fernanda, but I think that answer when you get um, how do you say it, Miss? Excuse me.
Yes? How do I say what?
Um, Cuando saludas a alguien.
When you greet anyone?
Yes, when you greet the people, you expect to to have a response. Bueno, it's
Yes.
my own opinion, and when you came into an office, into a classroom, or another place where you are just arriving, uh, for me it's important to greet people and mm, maybe not expecting an answer, but just do it for for having a good having good manners.
That's it. Excellent. Thank you very much, Francisco. All right, Magda, what's your opinion about it? Magda Camacho. Magda, hello. Or Magda Zambrano? Hello. Well, you
Can
know
you
what?
repeat again, please?
Yes. Do you consider that it is necessary to greet people, to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening? I don't know.
Here in Mexico, yes. Because it's so common. All the people say greeting and say good morning, good afternoon when you go in the car, in the bus or in the street. It's so common to say that. But in the here in the city of Puebla, um, some people lost this form for to say because maybe you go in the bus and they don't say good morning, good afternoon, something like this. But some towns, for example, it's common to the people say that. When I travel to my town, all the people greeting and say good morning, good night, or hello. Maybe you don't know who are they, but the people have this form to greeting, and whatever people don't have another. it's good, I think, and it's important. For me, it's important. I don't know.
All right, thank you very much. Magda Camacho, what's your opinion? Hello, Magda.
Thank
Magda.
you. Yes, teacher.
All right, what's your opinion, Magda? Is it important to greet
Yes.
people?
Yes, I think the gratings is important because when you go to the different places in Mexico, it's necessary to to be say polite about the different gratings. And well, another countries it's not necessary, but it depends the situation, I suppose.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. You know what? I think that it is something that we have lost because we don't teach children, we don't demand children to do that. So we we don't do it sometimes. I remember that time ago when I was starting teaching in a university. The university is in Cuautitlan. It's a place next to well, not next, far from Ecatepec, where I live. And in Ecatepec, there are a lot of people, and many people don't say good morning when they go by the street. But if you see people who are recurrent, who are people that you see every day, then you begin greeting them with the time. But when I went to Cuautitlan for the first time, I realized that I was out of the transportation and I was walking down the street, and all the people were greeting me. And I felt the difference from the place where I live and the place where I was working. And I realized that all the people have that use, that custom of greeting the others, no matter they know them or not. And I felt that they are really polite. They are
Yes,
really, really warm people. And so they are friendlier than in the place where I live. And so from that day on, I greet everybody, no matter I don't know them. I think that it is part of, well, some of the ways that we relate to each other, no? To be some courtesy that
yes.
we have to show. All right, thank you very much. Now let's go to the next image. Ta-da! Questions. It's nice. All right, so Magda Zambrano, what
Yeah.
are some examples of bad manners on the bus? For you, what are bad
Yeah.
manners on the bus?
When when get the bus, for example, a pregnant woman, and the men don't give the seat, don't say, or when the people get the bus and there are a lot of people and don't say excuse me or something like this, only push another people or push another thing. I think it's a bad manner in the bus.
I agree. Magda, who's your victim?
Francisco Javier.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Same
Francis.
question, teacher.
Yeah, same question, please.
Bad manners on the bus. Maybe when the driver do not take the time to that you need to get a seat, so they just start on and you are almost falling.
Yeah, it is so disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much, Francisco. Who's your victim?
Fernanda.
Thank you.
Hello, teacher. Well, I think bad manners in the bus. What would be when an anciano? Teacher, how do
Elderly people.
elderly elderly
Elderly
get up,
people.
elderly people get up in the bus, and all the people is sitting, and the people don't give them the seat.
That's bad manners. Thank you very much, Fer. Okay, Fer, who's your victim?
Magda Camacho.
Thank you.
Okay, okay, Fer, thank you. And say the bad manners on the bus said when the people speak a lot of the cell phone. Don't
Uh-huh.
I don't like about this. And then all the people maybe say listening about your different things, bad or something like that. I don't know, but it's rude for me. It's very rude.
Uh-huh. You know what? Something that I consider really, really unpolite, a very bad manner, is when people spit on the bus. Jesus, I can't stand it.
Yes, yes, of
It is so disgusting, extremely. And so I remember a time ago that I was on the bus and there was a couple, they were fighting. And they were telling that the girl had been dating another person, but they were arguing in front of everyone. And suddenly,
course.
all the people began giving their opinion. They said, no, 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 boy, pay attention. This woman is not a decent person. You shouldn't forgive her. And the lady said, hey, that's not your business. So we didn't ask for your opinion. And the other people began defending the woman who had the intervention. And they said, no, no, no. The bad person is you because this decent man doesn't deserve, and etc. No, so it turned into a funny situation
Oh
because
yeah.
everybody were participating in the conversation, in the fight. But I think that, of course, people should have been respectful. People shouldn't have uh, participated, intervened, invade the conversation. But they had the fault. They shouldn't have been talking about that in a public place like that. But well, anyway. Okay, another question. What are some examples of good manners on the subway? Francisco, you don't live in Mexico. You live in the United States. So talk to us about good manners on the subway in the United States.
Um, Maybe they are similar to the manners on the bus, like leaving the seat for the people that need them.
Aha, that's it. Pretty good. Uh, any that you consider that could be different?
Mm, I just don't know. I don't have an idea.
It's okay. Well, maybe you know what? I consider that decency is decency everywhere. And so there are some certain points that can be like regular everywhere. For example, not to be aggressive, not to yell to people, not uh, to help the others. Well, that's what I think. I think that it is the same everywhere. All right. So, Fernanda, what can you say about this?
About good examples of manners on the subway, teacher?
Yes, please. Well, first of all, let me ask you something. Is there a subway in Tabasco?
No, teacher.
Ah,
But when I go in vacations to Mexico because I have family there, I go in subway. So
ah,
I know what is a subway, teacher.
excellent. And what have you observed? Good manners.
Well, no, always is a good manner. I saw a good manner when people give the seats to other persons. Well, that's one. And another that I know, maybe no, because when I was with my mom when I go to Mexico, when I was in the subway, all the people push you to have a seat. That's a bad manner.
Too bad.
Yes, too bad manner, teacher.
Yeah, sure. You know what? I am so sorry that you had the bad experience to know that part of human behavior. You are a little girl, and it would be very important for you to learn the good manners, the good things. But unfortunately, sometimes people are like, if as we didn't have any education, that's the bad point. So you are a little girl, and it would be very important for you to learn to be a good citizen and to do things as they should, not as you see they are. But yes, I'm so sorry that you saw that part. Okay, so Fer, who's your victim?
Um, Francisco.
Right, thank you.
Another example can be um, when people um, gets in in the subway and they are just seeing the way of stealing people's possessions.
Aha, yes. So sad. Yeah, you're right. Okay, thank you. Francisco, who's your victim? Hello. Well, maybe he wanted to say he meant Magda Zambrano. Hello, Magda.
Hello. I'm
All
sorry I
right.
can't understand you.
No, it's okay. Magda,
uh,
yes, what do you think if we change the question? What are some examples of bad manners that you hate? No matter if they are on the subway, in the bus, at the table, wherever.
um, I hate when the people speak about a topic that they don't know. Only speak. I think I hate that. Another is when the women
Women.
uh, women speak and say bad words on the street. Um,
Uh,
I hate that because I don't know. Maybe because my mom all the time say that don't say bad words or when you walk something like this. When I walk on the street and listen to girls or the teenager, it's so common to listen to teenagers say that. It's a bad
yeah,
for me.
it's so disgusting.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're
Magda
welcome.
Camacho, any bad manner that you hate
Yes, teacher. Well, when the women make up on the car in your car,
in
it's
their car?
in their car, and then when you speak a lot of the cell phone, because said I very bad problems because maybe say the traffic jam, um, something like that, or maybe say a different accident, something like that. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't. Yeah.
it is so dangerous. It is not only a bad manner, but also it's a dangerous situation.
Yes. Yes. Of course.
Okay, thank you very much. Francisco, a bad manner that you hate?
I do not hate, but I don't like when people don't respect the traffic laws, the traffic rules. So
Mhm.
when you are walking through a street or an avenue or something, and you don't see the lights, and on the other side when the people are driving and just when are just jumping the lights and almost mm, atropellar.
Crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they skip the lights.
Yes.
It is so dangerous, so bad. All right, thank you very much, Francisco. So, Magda Zambrano,
Yes.
you have already talked to us about the bad manners that you hate,
Yeah.
haven't you? Yeah, all right, thank you. So,
Yes.
Fernanda.
Well, teacher, a bad manner that I consider here in Tabasco is that when you go in the center, it's a lot of people. There are cars and things like that. The cars, you are crossing and you saw a car and you say, oh, okay, stop, I am not going to cross. But when you cross, you saw and you say, oh, no car, you cross and something has to pass that it's come a car and can be atropellar.
Crash.
Yes, can be crash.
So people should pay attention when they cross the street.
Yes, another thing is that when when you are in your car, you are so how do you say, so you are so simple, like normal in your car, and then it's like a car coming and faster, like the milk is on the stufa or
Mhm.
something like that. They pass faster and you pit. They just pass like this. I don't know, saw you or something like that.
So drivers should also be careful and attentive.
Yes, teacher.
You know what? Something that I don't like, and I think that it happens everywhere. When it has just rained, of course, there are some ponds, water ponds on the street, and the cars come faster and they spill you water. I think that drivers should be more attentive and more careful and think that they are going to spill water when they pass by so fast and people are
Yes, teacher.
walking. Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Well,
teacher. Because when I was here, well, I go to class of piano. It was raining, and I said, "Oh, that I am going to be late." And I say, "Don't worry, you're not going to be late." Well, I go late, of course, and it was raining a lot. When I was where I was in a restaurant, the car was in another part of the restaurant. It would have to cross the street. So in the street go a little lake, but with a lot of water and sharps us.
yeah, it spilled you with water.
Yes, teacher.
Oh my. Well, you know what? There are many things that would be very good to fix in this world and good bad manners are some of those things. So, and I
Yes.
think that we could continue all night long talking about this. But
Yay! But we have no time.
yeah, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, unfairly, time has over. So I thank you so much for your attention, your
Oh,
attendance, and for your participation. It was brilliant. I really liked this class because you were participating very much. Thank you very much. Have a very good night and meet you next class.
Yes,
bye. Thank you very
teacher.
much,
Thank you.
teacher.
Good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
Take
Bye.
care. See you.
Likewise, thank you
Take
very
care.
much.
Thank you,
Have a
teacher.
good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.